Welcome to the Forex, and here we're looking at the US dollar on a weekly chart, and just wanted to point out a few points here is that from this particular low through to here, it does appear that we have 5 waves up through to this particular high up through here in terms of up for 1, back for 2, and then the third wave is up to here in 5 waves in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and this is wave 4 and wave 5 into this area here. Now so this makes this corrective. Normally if we get 5 waves here, we'd be looking for a 50-60% retracement level through here, which brings us down into this area. So we've already reached the 50% retracement area here, but there is space for it to move down lower through here as well. So this really all depends on this, well, the supporting level here, we could say really, I mean, we're talking 80, but we could also say 79 quite easily as well. So this correction here could be finished at this point here, but this particular move up through here doesn't count very well as an impulse wave. But we need to consider that while the market is still above the 80 here. So this is what we're sort of toying with at the moment. I can see the weekly is oversold here as well, but that would be expected, being approaching the old highs here and so forth. So we just really need to, we can see that this is, all quite a choppy price action. So we really just need to continue to allow this market to pull back into the 80 area, and this is what we're looking at now here, just on the 2-hour chart here. So the first thing here is between 81 and 80, the 80.50 is important. It was support, and now it's being retested as resistance, and also in 3 waves as well. So we'll need to see this move down a little bit further through here to confirm this being a corrective pattern through here, but that does seem the bias. That means that this will move lower. It's not like it's going to move real quick, because of 10, 20 and 30 here tend to slow the market down, and also coming into a large number here as well. If this market, found support back up onto the 50 there, well then we'd need to consider it being positive at that point. So it's, this 80.50 is a real line in the sand. The Elliott count coming down from this top here does give it space to come further down, because we do have a little from this high here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could label that wave 1 and wave 2 back to here, and wave 3 unfolding lower through here. So there is a weakness on the US dollar. That's what I'm trying to get to, but the wave count for it's just not clear, and how far it can come down. We know that there's support coming into the 80. We know there's support coming into the 79. We know the 61.8 retracement levels are a little bit lower than that as well. So we need the Elliott and the trading levels telling the same story, and that's not quite there yet. So yeah, coming into the to the euro, I'm just coming into the 1-hour chart here. So we've been looking for a move to the upside, and we're getting that, but we're at a point now where we had this 5 waves here. So I knew that after a 50-60% retracement level, we'd get another 5, and those other 5 have come into play, and that's fine. But they can be counted as wave 1, 2, 3. Or an A, B and C here, and just fade from this point and move back down through here. So any long trade here would need the 136 as a reasonable support, and then you'd build the trade into 10, 20 and 30 as supports here, looking to the upside. So you don't trade long unless you've got that 136 as support there. The wave structure up there, we were looking for possible, wave C top in here, and this moving down, and that could do that. That could retest the 136 and fail and move down. And if it moves through this group, it's already overlapping, the wave 4 here is already overlapping wave 1 here, but I'll give it space to do that, because we see that quite often. The other point here is that this can be a wave 1 up here and a wave 2 here, and this can, even though it's bigger, it can be wave 1 of a smaller degree, and then coming back for wave 2 here of a smaller degree and moving up from that. But either way, we do need to see that 136 as support for any long trades or a positive market as such. If this market fades here at the 136 and moves lower through here, then we start to get a bit of a 5-wave structure to the downside here, and then that would give us a more bearish picture, and then would be chipping away again at the 135 support here. So both of these markets still can go either way, so you really need tested support or tested resistance before you enter these markets if you see a market moving in a particular direction. The Australian market's a bit easier to understand, and last time we spoke we were looking at this move just on the 1 hour chart here, just moving nicely to the upside here, and we were looking for an A and a B and a C correction through here. So that seems to be in place, but you can definitely see the A wave, the B wave and the C wave. And what would be looking here for confirmation is support on 94, and then building the trade in on 94, then 10, 20 and 30. Support on top of 30 sends the market even higher up. Well, it certainly gets you to the midpoint, the 50, but is be on its way. And so scaling into group 1 here, subgroup 1, with the target at 95. So if we just drill into this little ABC here and have a closer look at it, because well, let's have a look. So we've got the A wave, the B wave and the C wave to here, and I'll just see if this is actually finished. Just bear with me a second, see if I can figure it out. So we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for here. So that's the 3rd wave, that's the 4th wave, and that's the 5th wave here. The 5th wave is a little bit, should have 5 waves in it as well. Let's just have a look in that there. So we know we've got wave 1 and 2 to here. Then we've got wave 3 down to here, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We've got wave 4 here. So we really want to have a look in here from this retest here. Still not clear enough in there, so I'm just going to go in a bit further and have a look at on this chart here. Just be nice to nail this little sucker here, that's all. So let me just look at this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So wave 1 to here, wave 2 to here, wave 3 to here, ABC for the 4th. Then we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3rd wave, 4th wave, but we've got overlapping wave structures here. But that's actually quite a positive thing, because if that's bouncing back up here going through wave 1, it's telling me it's strong. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can be the low there. So I suppose you could go long on 93.90 with a small position, with the aim of actually sort of doubling the position up on 94 here, and then 94, 10, 20 and 30. Alrighty, the Euro Australian, so we're a little bit unsure about the Euro being weak or strong. We know the pound is strong. We know the Australian dollar is strong, so we've got the Euro Australian here. So we're still a little bit unsure about the euro. So in this particular case, we can see that the main trend here is lower. We can see that it's retesting the 145 area here. I don't think this is actually finished to the downside here. So what we were looking at here is this being a little wave 4 up through to here, which is, just bear with me here. So we were looking for an A and a B and a C here, and we counted these 5 waves up through here last week. And then we're looking for a move lower and looking at the 145 being retested resistance here. So really we could look to short here with a stop above the 145. But first of all, we don't know if this little move up here is completed. So we need to see, this is what we're doing last week. We're counting 5 waves up through here. That was all done. And we had our top there at 38.2 and all the rest of it. So this is likely to be down for one, an A and a B and a C wave up here for wave 2. So just allow that to finish and then maybe use a robo method or something on a 2 hour, 4 hour or something and look for, short any weakness that comes into play from this area here. But make sure you got weakness at first. You'd also be looking for 5 waves up through here. I can see that it's not easy to count, but I can see that it's also getting tied here as well. But that would also be part of, going into Friday's, later trade in the afternoon into the weekend, so to speak. But anyway, looking for further weakness here. The yen crosses. Let's just have a look at the US yen first. So this is just the US yen here. What I want to point out here is that we've got this move up through here, which is in 3 waves. So that's a corrective rally. Okay. Now we've got this move here, which is in a corrective rally. So if we see if you see the 102 as a retested resistance here, then you know it's weak and we'll be looking further to the downside, right? So could see a stronger US dollar and a weaker yen here. So coming into the pound yen, we know that the pound is strong and the yen is weak. So, about to be weak. So we could probably see this pushing up here a little bit further. But I've got this count here where I've got 5 waves up here, then the correction, and then another 5 here. So this could certainly be an A and a B and a C and finishing here. So I'm just a little unsure about this situation. What our aim was to trade up through here, which we have done, and counting 5 waves. And last time we spoke, we were looking at this little section in here, counting 5 waves in here, in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to see, we may just come back 50 or 60% in this area here and then move up again through here. That I don't know that, but let's just drill in here. So this is the 5 little waves that we were looking at through here, and this is the 50-60% retracement level. So there is good support here. I suggest just allow this to mature a little bit first. This looks a bit impulsive down through to here, so we should see something like that here. If you see that and then a move up through here, then you can start looking to build a trade in here. If this just bounces in around here and continues to sort of get weak here, then that's another story, and we could have probably a top in through here. But at this stage here, while the number 3 here is support, then that's the top. That's 3 is always group 1, and while 3 is in play as support, then the market is supported and it's likely to move higher. After all, this is just a reaction from the next largest number, the 74 there. So, but it's just nice to, because of the bigger picture, just to sit back and allow this reaction from 74 to mature before doing anything as such in that area there. The euro yen, it's very much like the Euro Australian dollar as well. The daily chart pattern I'm talking about here. Now this particular move up here into the 138 here, that could also get weak from this point here as well. We can see that the slow stochastics here are moving up quite rapidly in compared to what this is moving up through here. Not too bad, but I can see that there is weakness within that. So we're just working within this little space here, and just on the 4-hour chart here and looking at this pattern moving up through here, I'm a little bit I've got a bit of a, I know there's going to be resistance here in this area where we're currently at the 50%, these tops here at the 50% retracement level from this high here, low to here, 61.8 is a little bit higher at 139. I know that there's 5 waves in here that are just about complete. There could be another little push up through here, but the bottom line is that there are 5 waves in here, and we'll look at those in a moment. But what we need to be careful of is that, is this an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, pulling back to that, and then moving down from that point there? That's what I don't know. or we've got 5 waves up here, and we'll be looking for an A and a B and a C here, and then further upside. So this is what I need to confirm. I need to get past this junction here, and I won't know that until this matures here. So I can say that this move up through here is, you know, if you're trading it, is just about complete, because from this low here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, for 1, 2 here. And then I've taken the conservative look here and looking at this as 1 and 2, all of the third wave here, which, and then the fourth, then the fifth here for the third. But I could also put that third here as well, and have this wave 5 already done and dusted in here, and this can be down for 1, back for 2, and fading at this point. But either way, all I'm saying is that we're at the 50% level. The 61.8 is just up here, and one way or another, these 5 waves up here are maturing. There will be some type of top in here. We need to allow it to play out, complete, and then we need to observe what comes down here in terms of, you know, is it corrective or is it impulsive at that point? So we need to get to that junction. So any long trading up here that was done needs to be sort of completed now. Yeah, look, on if you're still long in this market here, then just on the 15-minute chart here, this is group 2 here, and while the market is in group 2 here above the 138.65, then this little move up here is positive. But you know, you could even, yeah, look, that 138.65, if you're long, stay long above that. Below that is weakness, of course. So yeah, alrighty, well, that's it really. So look, you know, the currencies aren't that clear. What is clear is the US dollar yen, 102 as resistance. And then the long trade, really the best one I can sort of see there would be the Australian dollar, you know, looking at 94 as support. All right, thanks for listening.